I think we need more and more events that bring people together to not just experience films like we will see tonight, Home, that just shows how awe-inspiring and beautiful our planet is, but also what a trust we have to pass on, as First Nations say, what we inherited, that we have 7 generations in the future to watch over and to ensure that they inherit what we've had the benefit of seeing. So when people see that and understand what we can do, they also begin to talk to each other, and then they have the courage to go out and talk to their friends, their families, and others. The more events like this that happen, the more there will be a groundswell demand for change. I think youth in particular are sensitive to what the impacts will be as they mature, as they raise families, as they have decades of life ahead of them. But I don't think, and I haven't found, that it's helpful trying to engage youth or older people for that matter with talk that only focuses on the potential calamity. It's important to know what we're facing, but it's also important to know what we can do about it and how that can improve our lives and make our lives richer. For instance, I've talked to many people who are currently working in the oil fields in northern Alberta, the tar sands. They need to make a living for their families, but they know that what they're doing is damaging the planet for their kids. They look to others to come up with new kinds of jobs, clean energy, other endeavors that their children can work in and make a better world as well as a better living. Experts have said that about 80% of the fossil fuels that we have access to around the world need to stay in the ground if we're going to hold global warming to 2 degrees, beyond which we're facing very significant impacts, not just on the planet, but on the livelihoods of the vast majority of people around the world who live very close to the ocean. So we won't change that overnight, but I think it's important, and governments have a very important role to play to say, we're going to transition, which means we're going to start to develop the clean energy, clean technology, renewable energy future that we need as we wind down fossil fuels. And people need some courage to do that, because there are a lot of interests that will make a lot of money in the short term from the extraction and sale of fossil fuels. But we're all better off, and we'll certainly have more people working if we concentrate on building the kinds of renewable energy economies that we're seeing being built in Europe and even in China. So I would say the role of governments is to provide leadership, the role of business is to provide leadership, and to find and choose the things that are worth incenting, because they're the things that are going to benefit us in the long run, not just the short term.